What's up, fam? It's Brian Castrillo, and so I just watched Scream 6 on Paramount Plus. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Obvious spoilers coming up, but let's get into it. So this movie was absolutely epic, and honestly, it could have been a standalone horror movie. It was that good. Now, in my opinion, it's probably one of the better ones of the entire Scream franchise, which I'm a huge fan of. I don't know if I want to give it past, the first one because you got all that nostalgia in it, the original story, but this story was just so good. The writing, the cast, Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Courtney Cox is back, and just everybody really played their part to a T. Opening scene was epic. I just really enjoyed that, how you had copycat killers trying to be like Ghostface to create, the stab movie of their own. And Ghostface, takes them out. And just everything about this movie kept me on edge. There was multiple scenes that made me jump. The tense moments in the scene, like, for example, going across two buildings on a ladder, way up in the air. And my goodness, the death that you'll see on that. Woo! But this movie kept me guessing. As you're trying to figure out who the Ghostface killer is, or killers, I didn't figure it out to the end. And at the end, I was kind of like, whoa. I'm like, right at the end, I was starting to wonder, but I can honestly say I did not see that coming. But this story was just so good, and I think it's a brilliant addition to the franchise. The deaths were fantastic, and I loved a lot of the nods to many of my favorite horror franchises. Just too many to nod in here, but I enjoyed that they put them in here. Of course, you got the old cliches, the rules to survive in a horror movie. Of course, they're put in here, and that just added to the old campy feeling of the older movies, but adding a new element. This movie was genuinely kind of scary, and I was on edge for many moments on this. The story was excellent. The cast did perfect. And there's got to be another movie coming soon. I don't know how they're going to write it, but you could tell right at the end of the movie where they have a moment. She looks at Ghostface mask, and I'm just curious as to how that story is going to go. But I want to know what you guys thought of Scream 6. Did you enjoy it? Did you like the story like I did? Did you like the acting, which, in my opinion, everybody was brilliant? The death scenes, the jump scares, and I love the nostalgia in this movie. But if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on Paramount Plus. I promise you're gonna love it. This is an amazing horror movie, and now it's one of my all-time faves. Let me know what you think.